on The Real. Everyone wants more of their favorites.
Now we're looking back at some of ours.
Are you ready for that?
From games to guests.
We're putting them all together.
Hey.
And sharing the best with you.
Oh, wow.
It's a day about favorites at The Real.
Get right to it. I read this story on CNN, and I want to bring it up right here, right now.
Okay.
Now, it's pretty normal for kids to go to their parents to talk and ask about the birds and the bees.
Yes.
But what do you think about the parents talking to their children about sex?
Like what
Their
you mean?
sex
Like
life?
questions?
So, asking their kids or telling them?
I'm sorry, telling their kids
About their sex life.
One ain't no better than the other. Asking, telling is all wrong.
Because, see, I personally don't want to know my mama drop it like it's hot, all right?
Yeah, I think that's the issue is I don't think we would prefer to know. Now, granted, I will say this. The day that I have children, and I think it is perfectly healthy. I want to be an example of a good marriage, and I think that includes intimacy and a healthy sex life.
I don't want to talk about my details with my kids.
The day I have kids, I am going to let them know, yes, me and your father, we do have sex.
Well, yeah.
But what if you having problems? Would you tell them, you know what, your daddy ain't putting it down?
No. But I am hoping that they get a healthy example. See, I disagree. I think I want to give my kids a healthy example of what a marriage should be. I'm not telling them the details
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I don't want to go into detail.
But I will tell them, yes, we do.
And the problem is because once you picture anything, you can't unsee what you picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I grew up in a household where my mom and dad were not in a healthy marriage for over 20 years, and I never saw intimacy. It was like two roommates living in a house, and I don't want my kids to see that that's a healthy marriage.
And that's
that
the way
is
it's
not.
supposed to
I don't
be.
mind seeing like kissing and hugging and holding hands.
No, I didn't
maybe
see any of that.
A rub on the leg, but I don't want to see or know what my parents are doing. I just don't.
When you see it as a kid, have you guys ever heard your parents or walked in like it scares you? You know what I mean?
Disgusting, dog.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Southern girl. We didn't do that. No, we
But
talked
you
about
guys-
what it was, and that was it. What my mom and my daddy did was their business.
Yes.
They did not involve us at all. And as
Yes.
a matter of fact, I was a little excited about them not involving us because I'm gonna tell you why. I don't want to know the logistics of what goes on in my parents' marriage. That's not my business. Because, you know, when they got divorced, now I got to choose a side. I ain't got time for that. Had you not told me, Mommy, you didn't tell me, I'm just saying, example. Had you not told me what had happened in the relationship, I wouldn't have to feel like I got to choose a side.
Right.
That's not cool.
You know what, though? That happened in my family where my mom and dad, they got rocky and they lost their intimate, zest for each other, and they didn't talk about it at all. And then they got divorced, and I never understood it. So now, when I ask my mom and dad about it, and they've told me, it helps me understand that it wasn't our fault. Because for a while, when my parents started to break apart, I thought it was kind of the kids. I thought, did we stress them out? Was it the finances? So I understand what you're saying. Like you respectfully stay out of your parents' business, but I wish I kind of knew a little bit because maybe I could have helped. Like, what's the Parent Trap? Like that kind of thing where you set up dates for your parents.
That's the movie, Gene.
Yeah, I know, but I could have done that. I wish I knew because I kind of ignored mom and dad, and I just did. I cared
Do you
about
think
my
it's
life.
a certain
when it's
age?
gone, it's gone.
You think so? No, I think it could be rekindled. No.
I think when it's
You wait till you get married,
Yeah.
girl. You're going to need that
It comes and
gasoline
goes,
right by your
eh?
bed.
Yep, it comes and goes.
Yeah, it comes and goes, but it's
does.
up to
No,
you
when it's
to
gone,
keep it
gone.
going.
Well, I think it's a certain age. I mean, even though you're married and everything, you saying now you still don't want to hear, like, if your mom's like, I need to talk to you.
No.
Well, hold on. She's single. And if she want to talk to me about, like, oh, Lord.
What?
You know, I mean, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you,
No, you
tell
being
about-
real.
That's why she got friends. Talk to your friends. Ask them. Because I don't know about men that's 60. I can tell you about a man that's 30.
Well, I can help her, so I'll help her.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
See,
Adrian.
I could talk. I feel like at my age now, I can talk to my mom about pretty much anything.
Oh, see, that's a beautiful thing.
I really do feel that way.
Like what you gonna ask your mama?
Well, I don't need to ask her anything because I know what's going on. But I feel like she could tell me that, you know, that her and my dad are either doing something or I feel like we have a friendship now at this point, now that I'm older.
Because you're older.
And I know it sounds weird, and yes, the idea of it can be gross, but I can get over the grossness to find my mom's happiness.
Yeah, that's cute.
You know,
I like
I
that.
can get over it being gross to be like, all right, Mom, because one day I'm going to be somebody's mom. I'm going to still want to get my life. I want to be like, all right, Mom, get it, girl.
I just want to know the details.
I'm not kidding
I
with my
helped
kids.
my mom buy lingerie
details.
the other day, guys.
I like to separate.
I'm sorry, hold that thought. What did you say?
I helped my mom buy lingerie the other day.
See, I think that's
To
awesome.
keep her marriage spicy.
Yeah.
I'm her daughter. I'm like, Ma, you should do this. You should, I'm like, girl, put on a little something.
And
she's
better
like,
than her daughter?
Okay.
I
And
want
we
to keep the
my
veil
mom
over my
young.
eyes completely.
Tamar.
I want to make. Listen.
I get
No, for
it.
real. I
Tamar,
want to think
if
about
Logan
it like.
watched some of these episodes when
I don't
he
want to
gets
hear about
older.
nobody smacking up, flipping it, and rubbing it down.
No,
on
not my
dog, I
mama.
wanna hear it.
But
Not my
Tamar,
mama.
what if Logan, when he
No.
gets older, watches, some of your reality shows or even hears you up here, obviously you're like, yes, he put it down. What is Logan going to say?
I'm gonna say, I don't know what you're talking about them blocks he was coloring. Playing with those crayons and stuff.
So I guess there's a fine line. It depends on the relationship.
Right. And it depends on the person.
Yeah,
And that's what we're saying. I think, we have two different ways, and
Yeah.
nobody is right, nobody's wrong. So,
Yeah, I
hey,
definitely
live your
don't
life
want
with your mama.
details. Nobody wants details.
Yeah,
Right.
no. Okay, you guys. Well, kids are pretty tough and can handle a lot, but a new trend in some New York City schools may threaten to change that. Some schools have hired recess coaches to make sure kids play nicely and that no one gets their feelings hurt. For example, when playing tag, no one is ever out.
What?
They're simply unsuccessful.
Which is out.
What is
But go
that?
ahead.
That sounds backwards.
You're unsuccessful, which is worse.
What is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I can kind of understand this. At any schoolyard, and if they have any schoolyard arguments, and it can't be settled with a fight, you have to play a game of rock, paper, and scissors.
Sure, because fighting never
'cause I
solves
don't like
anything.
the fighting.
That's
I don't
true.
like the fighting.
Okay.
So, but some people are calling these coaches the fun police. Tamar, do you think they're important, or will they make kids too soft?
Let me explain something to you. Your responsibility as a parent is to set your kids up for life.
Yes.
So I need to, raising a son, I need to exercise that muscle for my son because everything that you want in life is not going to be handed to you. He needs to understand and feel, no, maybe I might not get that, but that's okay. I'm going to keep working until I get it. And not expecting things to always happen for him.
Yeah.
I do understand that.
You understand what I'm saying?
And some of those experiences in the schoolyard set you up for that, like when you're the last picked on the team. Well, maybe if you want to be the first pick, then you want to work a little bit harder or show people that you've got that skill.
Absolutely.
Or if you're tagged and you're out, you sit out going, ooh, next time I'm going to dodge that better, I'm going to run a little faster, whatever it is. So I do absolutely think that some of the things that happened in the schoolyard did set me up for today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you can't just think it's all peaches and cream.
Absolutely. And I think that life can be tough, and they should be prepared for that.
But I do kind of agree with what you're saying because some kids, especially today, they can go to the extreme.
Yeah.
And I think just having like somebody, it really is just having a teacher. They don't. They just renaming it.
Maybe
It's just having a teacher.
That's actually looking after the kids.
Exactly. That's what it is.
I do like the idea of them teaching them how to play in a respectful manner.
Yes.
I'm here
Or
for that.
teaching them that there are other alternatives than just fighting.
Of
I do like
course.
that.
I don't do
But
that.
when you say, okay, you're not out and you're unsuccessful, I think that's taking it a little bit too far.
Way
Because
too-
you know what? Sometimes you're just out.
How about that?
And to understand when you're in, you gotta experience being out.
And just because you're out does not mean you're not successful.
Yeah, I like that word. I
sometimes.
actually think that's worse. I think it's worse to tell a kid you're unsuccessful.
I agree.
I ain't unsuccessful. I'm just out of the game.
How about that?
Exactly. That may not be your game. Like
Right.
dodgeball wasn't my game.
It's
Running
just
track
a
wasn't my
game.
game. game. I was always the last person. But then when I learned how to swim, I was beating them all. See, so you have to find what you're good at.
Find your way.
In life, you are going to be great at something. You just have to find your niche.
And that game or that day might not just be your day.
That's true.
And guess what? You know the saying, if at first you don't succeed, brush it off and try again. If you don't know you out, how you gonna get up and try harder the next time?
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly.
You keep on keeping on until you get it.
Yep.
That's it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, one thing that some kids love to do when they get into trouble is,
What?
maybe you guys know about this, sometimes kids like to lie their way out of it, okay? But get this. A new study from the Journal of Experimental Child Psychology suggests that kids who are good at lying actually become better thinkers and are more creative. Tam, just asking one of the moms here, do you think lying could actually be good for kids?
No, I never want to reward a liar. I'm sorry, I don't want to raise a liar.
You're absolutely right.
I truly believe there are ways to teach a child to be creative by just, using certain creative play exercises. Why we gotta lie? Why do we have to do that? I don't think there's anything.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie.
How old is Aiden?
There's nothing cute. He is almost 3, and they learn how to lie just on their own. I swear to God, I don't know if Logan does this, but Aiden, I can tell he's pooping in his diaper because he hides around the corner and he's like, and I'm like, Aiden, are you pooping? And he's like, no. But, I don't. It's
So
cute
how
when
do you handle that?
I say, Aiden, you know you're pooping. Show me your diaper. Show me your diaper. I don't think there's anything cute about raising a liar. I just don't. That's one thing I do hate is a liar. And
Girl,
that's
what you
just
talking
me.
about? I can't stand a lie. You
Me
never
neither.
know where you stand with it,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
What happened?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something. As a child, I was super creative, so I would come up with stories. Like, literally, I would come up with, like, the most ridiculous stories. And one day, my mom said, Adrian, you don't want anyone to think, it was maybe 4 or 5, you don't want people to think you're alive. So the next time you come up with a story, write it down and draw it for me. Or, like, write stories, right?
Yeah.
And she told me to do that instead because you can still be creative. Because I think kids are they're very imaginative. They'll come up with things. That is just how kids are. But you have to learn to redirect that creativity into a positive way and not teach them to lie.
Let me ask you a question.
I agree.
Because Jenny, when you first said your statement, I would like to know what is kids who are a good liar? What does that
Okay,
mean?
so I was gonna say this, you guys. In Vietnamese, there actually is a word for it. Like, it's called lan. When you say a kid is lan, that means
Lan?
clever. Lan.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just means, I'm not saying it's good for kids to lie. That's absolutely right. But sometimes, have you ever met a kid where, like my little brother, like one time my mom came home and he had broken a lamp that was very special to her. And of course, we knew he broke it because we heard it and we ran out there and he was the only one. We said, what did you do? Dennis, like, what happened here? He was like, I don't know. It just fell. And we were like, well, how did it fall? The wind came and it blew and then it fell down. And I just saw it. And we were like, well, where did the wind come? The window that's open in Mom's room. So the window was open in Mom's room. And then what happened? The bird came and it flew in the window. And
They're
it
just
came
quick
by.
thinkers.
And I just sat there listening to him. And as much as I knew my brother was lying, I was like, wow, he's really clever.
Well, you know, in our language, we call that being slick, and we don't handle that. We don't like that at all.
You know, from fashion and beauty to cooking and life hacks, we are constantly throwing some real advice your way. Right now, it's time to take a peek at one of our all-time favorite lifestyle segments, and I advise you to check it out.
Listen up, ladies, because we've got wigs. To make sure we get you all the info you need, we call in the expert for this one, okay? Joining us is celebrity hairstylist Angela Stevens. Hey, girl!
Hey, girl!
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Hey, ladies.
I'm so excited about this. So let's go check in on Jeannie right now.
Yep, over here. Okay, so I want to know, when you're buying hair, I want to make sure, like, the quality's good. You know, like, people can tell from afar it looks expensive. So what are the insider tips to make sure you've got good hair?
Well, the first thing you want to make sure you do is actually take the hair and try to shake it up and like rattle it up some.
Really?
And see if it tangles a lot when you shake it. Because if it tangles right away here, you know it's going to tangle on your head. And that's a no-no.
Okay.
The second thing, no, not at all.
Okay.
The second thing you want to think about too is actually going ahead and smelling the hair. I know
What?
this sounds
Smelling
creepy,
the
right?
hair? Really?
Smell the hair. It should not have a scent. It shouldn't smell like anything. And if it does smell like corn chips or kind of like funky, that I'm serious, guys. That is a clear indication that
Corn chips.
Yes,
Corn
there's
chips.
black market hair going around here that is coated with different substances that really it comes out in the smell of the hair, and it'll smell worse once
guy's
he is
hair smells like corn
activated to
chips
it,
too.
Yeah.
or when you
Passed
sweat.
on the corn
It's
chips.
not something that you want to have in your head.
And you don't want him smelling that too when he gets close to you.
Oh no,
Okay.
no. Oh no,
Thank
no.
you, Jeannie.
Okay.
All right, let's go on over here to Ed.
All right. So my question is, when it comes to a weave, I know that the one that's the most popular is the sew-in weave. So tell us a little bit about this, how you can make sure that when you get a sew-in weave that it looks good.
So first of all, the sew-in weave is so popular because it's the most healthy form of extensions because you're letting your hair hibernate, basically.
No heat.
No heat, no nothing to it. So the most important thing is the braiding. You want to make sure that the braiding is small, especially around the hairline, so that it has a very seamless blend.
Yeah, and the smaller the braid, the flatter it lays.
Yeah, so you want it to be as flat as possible, and it lasts longer when it's smaller, too. The
I know that.
Yep. The second thing is you don't want your weave to be too tight, especially not the braiding, because what that's going to cause is all kind of breakage, alopecia eventually.
And it give you a headache, too.
Yes.
I done had it when it's too,
So there's a common misconception that the weave is supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be painful.
Oh.
Got it. And that's actually too much tension,
That's too much tension
on your hair.
What happens when you have like a headache or a stomach ache? That's an indication that something's wrong, right?
Yes.
Oh,
If your
Lord.
head is aching, something's wrong.
Good to know.
Wow,
Okay,
no,
let's get on
no,
over
good
here
to know.
That's
to our next department.
true.
Tamara and her husband. What's going on?
What's up with that?
Okay, now, Angela, I know one of the quickest and easiest ways to change a look is to wear a wig. But the big question is how do you not make it look so wiggy?
Yeah, so basically you want to get a lace wig. Lace hairlines look the most natural. It looks the most like the hair is growing out the scalp.
Okay.
But wigs are great for changing the colors and doing that. But if you do a light color like blonde, you want to keep the roots dark, because that's going to make it look the most natural and seamless growing out the scalp. So if you don't color it, you can at least put mascara here, or you can use something like the hair fibers and just make it look darker around the hairline.
Well, clearly, I have problems putting my wig on. So I was hoping. So in all seriousness, though, can you show us what's a proper way of putting one on? Because I don't know.
You need to know that.
I don't know these things.
Well, first, I want to take a look at some improper ways to put wigs
Okay.
on. Just
Okay.
wrong, okay?
right.
Oh my gosh, it
What's
looks like
going
a
on
Barbie.
with
Wait,
that?
those are real women with...
With the hairline is messed up.
It's all
What
the
looks
way
the
wrong.
craziest in that is that there looks like there's no natural hairline coming out the front.
It's not a natural
It's
hairline.
coming out of nowhere.
Exactly. So the color is so important with that, to keep it dark, just like the way our natural hair grows. It's usually darker around the roots. So there's two types of adhesive you can use. You can use a liquid adhesive, or you can use tape, which our model has on today. And I'm just going to show you guys how to put this on really quickly. There are also clips inside the wig.
Right.
So we're going to clip her on the bottom, and then the tape is there to just leave it nice and secure.
Okay, put it
Okay.
on.
Let's do it.
Man, men don't have to do this.
So we want to line up the part to where the part is going to sit,
Pay attention, Adam.
and attach it and press down firmly. And then we'll get the other side.
The tape is pretty genius. That
Yeah.
is double stick, right?
It's double-sided
See, look, you
tape.
can't even tell. You can't even tell she got it on.
It's double-sided tape, and it's so easy and
Whoa.
seamless to apply.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
That's cool.
And then you clip it in the back.
And then
Yep.
you just clip it in the back.
And girl, now you Beyonce. Look at
she
you.
can whip
Look
it.
at
She
you.
can go out dancing. One of the best things we get to do at The Real is share stories with you of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. It's even more special when we can help them on their journey. Here's a look back at one of our favorite stories. Take a look. When the free lunch program serving the students of North Beach, Washington was canceled over the summer, the town's neediest children were hit hard. But one courageous woman took it upon herself to set things right. 74-year-old retired postmaster and great-grandmother Phyllis Shaughnessy launched a mission to deliver lunches to keep children throughout the region fed and, most importantly, happy. Take a look. With the help of good friends and volunteers, Phyllis Shaughnessy launched the Green Lantern Lunches program. By gathering donations and packing bag lunches, her crew began to feed needy students daily.
The favorite thing about the lunch was the tuna on the crackers.
But what started out as a delivery of 100 lunches a day soon grew to 125 a day, then to 200. By the end of the summer, Phyllis and her Lantern Lunch crew had served over 10,000 lunches. To Phyllis, though, there was never a question in her mind that she would help.
There are a number of kids out there needing lunches, and we set about finding them and getting them to them in the best way we could using the old-fashioned American system of finding, solving the problems, and getting them fed.
I'm overwhelmed by this whole experience. It's a lot easier to make lunches.
You came on here teary-eyed and you almost made me teary-eyed.
I know.
I'm listening to this. It's like, you just do what you need to do.
Right.
Wow. And it's time for America to realize communities should take back what should be their responsibility.
I love that. Absolutely. That is so true. Absolutely. Tell us what you're talking about the lunches. I would like to know what exactly is in the lunches.
There was cup of juice, cup of noodles, macaroni and cheese, sausage sticks, cheese sticks, cookies, crackers, chips.
You're making me hungry.
I know.
And they loved it.
This is the best. So thoughtful.
I love it. Well, Phyllis, we wanted to put together a little surprise for you. So do you mind?
I'm surprised enough already.
Oh, are you?
Well, get ready.
Well, hold on for it.
We fixed you a lunch, okay?
Oh.
Yes.
So look right over there, over there. Okay, Miss Phyllis, I'm wondering what is in that big bag. Can you reveal it?
Now, if you know anything about us, you know we like us some games. Well, I think you might like them even more. Here's a flashback to one of our absolute favorites, so let's play.
It's time to play Fake It Art! All right, now, we've selected a few audience members to take their shot at spotting the real items versus the fakes. If they spot the real, it's theirs to take. Woo! Yes! If not, they go home with a priceless t-shirt from the real.
Yes.
Go, KK. But wait, since it's Fanbruary, we thought we'd let one of our at-home fans play right along with us. So put Brooke Strayhorn from Charlotte, North Carolina on the line. Where you at, Brooke? Okay, I want to see your dance moves from home down there too, all right? Now guess what? You aren't just playing for one item now, Brooke. You're playing for them all. Are you ready for that?
I'm excited.
That's right, so sit back because whatever our in-studio contestants win, Brookie, you win too. It's on. So our first audience member is Gina Howard. It's your turn. Hi, Gina. How are you? Come over here. All right, Gina, where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
DMV? Adrian and Tam Tam, what are we playing for here?
Well, if you've got the spirit of Cookie Lion inside of you, let it loose and rock it with a fabulous faux fur vest like you see here.
One of these is designed by Lucy Paris and sells for $95, and the other is a mock-off that sells for $25. So, which would you take?
Okay, I need you to think about it. Audience, you gotta help her. And Brooke, are you watching? Brooke, I need you to hold up a finger. Do you think it's one or two, Brooke? Twins. Okay, listen. Think about it. Okay. Let's see if Brooke can help you. One or two, Brooke.
1.
1. Okay, 1. Are you sure, Brooke?
I am sure. I am so sure.
Okay, it's up to you now. What are you gonna go with? What Brooke said, what the audience says, or your spirit?
I'm gonna go with my spirit.
Okay. 1 or 2?
Number 1.
You think number 1 is the real? Okay, where are you from?
DC.
DC! In the house. Okay, Lonnie, tell her what she's playing for.
I hope you win, because I'm taking all the knockoffs. Now, if you want your feet to be fly, then get your boot on with a pair of sexy suede buckle boots like these. Now, one of these pairs is designed by Toga Pulla and sells for $516. The other is a pair that's fake that only costs $59. Which one will you take?
Okay, Rakaya. Brooke, what do you think? 1 or 2? Audience, what do you think? Okay. All right. You see what everybody says. Rakaya, I need you to make a decision. Is the real number 1 or number 2?
I'm gonna go with number 2.
Number 2, is she correct?
Garden Grove? Tay-Tay, tell her what she's playing for.
Girl, you in for a treat today. And if you want to show up and show out at your next event, then you got to get one of these faux leather quilted bags, honey. One of these is designed by the fabulous Stella McCartney, and she sells for, holla, wait for the coin, $1,280. Yes, girl. And the other one, it's a mock-off that only sells for $108. So, baby cakes, which one will you take?
Okay. Think. Look at Brooke. Brooke, what do you think, audience? Brooke thinks one. I don't know what the audience is thinking. They're all mixed. What do you think? Tell Tay-Tay. It's a Stella McCartney. Get it right. Okay? I believe in you.
Okay. So, I need the twin tuition. I have a twin here in the audience.
Okay.
And I have one right there, so you got to send me the twin tuition, okay?
Okay. Oh, the channel, the twin tuition, and it is number 1 or 2?
Oh, I have to go with 1.
1?
Yes!